Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be taking a look at our July budget and comparing it to what we actually spent for the month. So this is the part of the month where it's kind of fun. I feel like putting together a budget is always a good plan, but then following through is the hard part. And let me tell you, I feel like in the beginning of the month I was really good about like putting everything in, tracking all of our expenses, and then we just had a lot going on. So today, as I was cutting and doing orders and stuff like that, I really went through and just got everything ready. So you're gonna see lots of stuff is already done when it comes to like finishing up the month for July. But the last little bit of actually taking a look at our variable expenses and what we actually spent for the month is what we're going to do, and we'll kind of talk about that as we go. So I did write in kind of some of our numbers, and those are items that I don't necessarily share, so I put little sticky notes over those. I also went through and finalized all of our transactions and all of our sinking funds, so that's all done. Once in a while I'll do that on camera and show you guys that, but I did that last month and I don't want this video to be extremely long, so we're just gonna focus on figuring out our variable expenses. For me, I split my budget into two separate types of expenses. I do fixed expenses and variable expenses. And fixed expenses are going to be exactly the same month by month. So all of these expenses in this fixed expenses category are going to be the same in August, the same in September. They rarely change, but then there's variable expenses, which every single month, for some reason, they may change. For example, for groceries in July, we budgeted $500 for the month. In August, there's an extra Monday, so we budgeted $625. So that's kind of what I do with expenses. I feel like it's easier for me to track things if I know that these are gonna stay exactly the same and these are the ones that I need to focus on. It also frees up space because I am using the 7x9 monthly planner, so that's kind of a little overview there. So we're gonna go through all of our variable expenses and see how we did. So I already filled in electric, gas, and cable. Those are bills that are variable. Every month they change, and I filled in what I paid. I like to put that in the actual column as I pay them. So for electric, we budgeted $150. Our bill ended up coming out to $120.04. So we are $29.96 under budget, which I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that we've had some chillier days in July than we did last year. Gas to heat our home and for cooking, we budgeted $40. We had to spend $36.77, so we were $3.23 under. Cable and internet, we budgeted $200. We paid $195.76, so $4.24 under. So now we're gonna get into some of the items that I track in my monthly view. So groceries, eating out, gas, stuff like that. And the way that I like to do this is I like to take a look at what we had remaining or what we had spent as of the last time we checked in. So I do a weekly check-in. It's on the next page. You can see it over here. And what I like to do is I like to look at what we budgeted for the month. So for groceries, we budgeted $500 for the month. And this may seem overwhelming, but I'm telling you, if you just do it step by step, it's not bad at all. So we budgeted $500. Last time we checked in, so week 3, we had $61.29 remaining, which means as of that week, we had spent already $538.71. Hopefully that makes sense how I figured that out. So if I go over to my monthly view, again, lots going on, but if I just take it step by step, it ends up being not super overwhelming. So last time we checked in was right around the 20th, so that's when week 3 ended for us. So I'm gonna start by just adding up all of the pink and adding it to this $438.71. So I'm gonna add in 1115, and I just go on from the 21st on. We spent $389 at Target, nothing here. We spent $14.97 at Aldi, and then we spent $81.25 at Aldi, $22.01 at Jewel, spent another $8.64 at Jewel, and $158 at Caputo's. We just missed a few things on our shopping trip, and that is it for what we spent. So we ended up spending $582.20 for the month for groceries, which is obviously over budget, but honestly not too bad. So I like to think about the month like in total in regards to like what was going on during the month. So in July, I decided to like start kind of like a health journey. Jason always eats pretty healthy because he's at home, he can cook lunch for him and the girls, and he does a lot of meal prepping. Jason's the person who like cooks in our family. I do not. I can make things if I have to, but I don't personally like to, and Jason really does enjoy cooking. He enjoys trying new recipes and like really perfecting recipes. So we are $82.20 over, which is again not too bad considering the fact that like when you buy healthier foods, it's going to be more expensive. And we also like, I feel like with that, we've also been eating at home a little bit more. So you'll see in August for our budget, I did keep our budget the same at $125. I'm going to like really play around with it in August and see how we do. But if we need to make any adjustments, if we need to increase it, that will happen in September, because I feel like we're just still so new into this whole process. So we'll see. But again, considering the fact that I have been like trying to eat more healthy, we've been eating at home a little bit more, I feel like being over by $82 is not too bad. So that is it for our groceries. I feel like I was going on a tangent and then I just completely didn't finish that tangent, so oh well. For eating out, we budgeted $250. Last time we checked in, we were over by $5.46. So as of as of the third week of July, we already spent $255.46. So if I look at our monthly view where I track all of our expenses, we did have other eating out expenses, and I mentioned that in my last week's check-in, that like when you are doing these weekly check-ins, I feel like it gives you the opportunity to make informed decisions. When we were eating out the last week, I knew that we were technically over budget for them, but I also knew that we had a little bit more income come in than we expected, and so I was okay with, you know, still getting to enjoy the summer. Macy has like less than a month left of like being home from school, so we've just been trying to like enjoy things as long as we can, because things are gonna be very different once she goes to school and once she's involved in activities and all of that. So again, with the eating out, I feel like because we've been eating out at healthier places, it's definitely more expensive than if we ate at like, you know, just junk restaurants. So we went to Jason's Deli. That was $25.10. I think that was the last thing. Yeah, $25.10. That's for lunch. And then we had McDonald's of $14.16. That was just like for Happy Meals for kids and stuff. Uber Eats of $9.59. Dunkin' of $12. We actually took Macy to Oberweis, and that was $13.57. Dunkin' again of $6. And then we had a few places like out at the mall, so it was $9.68, $11.02, and $12.10. I believe that is it in terms of eating out. So that brings us to a total of $368.68. We budgeted $250 for the month, which is $118.68 over. So in total for like food this month, we are over budget by over $200. Again, I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that we've been like had a lot of things going on, but also trying to choose healthier options. So I'm hoping in August we can stick more to our budget. You'll see in tomorrow's video when I set up my August budget with you guys that I did increase some of our categories just to account for like just going out and doing more things. but also for the fact that like going to healthier places costs more money. So again, not great. I don't like to see tons of overages, but again, you have to consider it with other things that are going on in your life, and if you're okay with it, then you're okay with it. So that is that. Next is gonna be gas for our cars. We budgeted $200 for the month. Last time we checked in, we had $40.59 remaining, so we spent $159.41. And all we need to do now is just add up all of the other transactions. So Jason did purchase a motorcycle. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys, but he did purchase a motorcycle. We've had a lot of expenses related to that for insurance and for like tags, registration, stuff like that. But all of those things are coming from our savings because, again, we've been saving for this for years now. I feel like it's been like between 3 and 5 years that we've had this plan to get it for his 30th birthday. So you won't see those amounts anywhere in here because, again, it's just coming directly from our savings, but that is something that you'll see a little bit more of. I'll be adjusting our sinking funds for insurance to account for the motorcycle. You'll probably see like gas for the motorcycle, stuff like that. So Jason did fill up the motorcycle on Friday, and he didn't fill it up all the way, but that was $12.32. And then we both filled up our cars on Wednesday. So Jason's car was $45.60, my Prius was $27.36, and that brings us to a total spent of $244.69, which is honestly just crazy that that's how much we spent for gas for 1 month. Like insane. And that does not even include the gas that we spent to go visit Jason's older brother that I included in our sinking fund for vacations. When I upped it to $200, I honestly did that just thinking, oh, like I'll include the gas from the trip. Guys, insane. The fact that my gas for my Prius was $27, like gas prices are just insane, especially around us. Normally my Prius would be like $18 or $19 to fill up. Like that is crazy. Like crazy. And obviously we feel it more with Jason's car. Jason has a bigger car. The gas tank's a lot bigger. So when he fills up and it's close to $50, like that's a lot. Normally his would be like under 30. So just crazy. So crazy. Next is gonna be household. So again, we're gonna do the same process. We're gonna look at what we budgeted, $150, minus what we had remaining. We had $749 remaining, so we spent $142.51, and it looks like we had a few things happen since then. So Target of $398, I wish I remembered what that was for, but I don't. And then Amazon of $23.63. And those are all of the transactions. Jason actually wanted like a really good heavy duty water bottle. That's what we picked up from Amazon for $23 because when him and the girls go to like the zoo and things like that, where they're outside and it's really hot, he just wanted something that he could take with him and like keep water that's cold. And this one is a massive one. I think it's like 40 ounces or something crazy like that. So it works perfectly for them. Sinking funds and cash dividers were the same, $400 and $16.70. And then in terms of unbudgeted, we did have some unbudgeted items, and I believe we recorded all of those as of the last check-in. So our unbudgeted amounts were $481.53, and obviously we don't budget anything for unbudgeted, so that is true over budget of $481.53. So you can see there's a lot more red on that page than what I would like. Again, it's okay. This was definitely a transition month for our family, but I'm hoping that in August we can do a little bit better. So let's see what the damage is. So if we add up all of our actual, $120.04, $36.77, $195.76, $582.20, $368.68, $244.69, $170.12, $400, $16.70, and $481.53. That brings us to a total, and I'm gonna write it on the sticky note just so I can, like, you know, double check before I mess up my page. I'm just gonna do that really quick one more time. I feel like lately, especially today with me like finalizing everything, I seriously went through like all of our sinking funds. I went through my business budget. I paid taxes. I have messed up numbers so much today that I'm like, okay, Sarah, you gotta double check because you're gonna write it down and it's gonna be wrong and then you're gonna get frustrated. 4269.79. So that is right. 4269.79. I'm going to take the sticky note after. I'm going to take it off anyway. And then I'm going to add up all of the over budget. So 82.20 plus 118.68, 44.69, 20.12, and 481.53. And then I'm going to subtract out 29.96, 323, and 424. So that's over budget by 709.79. And let's just make sure if we do this minus this, that equals the 709.79. 4269.79 minus 3560, 709.79. So perfect. Again, it doesn't hurt to just double check. So for July, we were over budget by $709.79. A lot of that has to do with like things that just I did not know were coming up. Some of it had to do with the change in lifestyle. I did have to renew my license. I did sign up for the gym, which costed extra money. We registered Macy in kindergarten. So those are all things that like I didn't really plan on doing in July, but of course, like I'm glad that we went ahead and did them. And then just again, the change in lifestyle definitely accounted for, you know, some of those overages in groceries and things like that. But every month is a new month. Again, we more than made up for the 709 in extra income that I just wasn't expecting, so we're fine there. But if you are ever in a situation where like your expenses are $700 more than what you thought, I feel like it's kind of interesting to hear other people's perspective. So there's a few things that you could do or that I would do in this situation. One, I could, you know, try to make extra money during the month, especially if you know that you're like, you have $5 left for eating out or you're $5 over for eating out already, and you know you have things going on that you're going to need to eat out. Try and find extra ways to make money. Sell stuff that you're not using in your house. You could like offer to babysit or to dog sit for family or friends like who may need it, just to get some extra money there if that's something that like, you know, you've done in the past. Or you could try and cut in other aspects. So let's say that you were $700 or, you know, less than that, whatever. Let's say that you need to find that $700. You can cut from other things. You could take some away from some of the sinking funds, like for example, vacation. That's not something that has to happen. You don't have to go on a vacation. So you could take some money away from there if you had to. Again, this is just if your income is less than what your expenses are and you need to find the money there. We always have a buffer in our checking account. So even if our income really was less than our expenses, we would not have a situation where we were like, where we were missing money in our account or where like we were getting charged fees for not having enough in our checking account. That would never be the case. We always keep like a pretty significant chunk there just for timing and stuff like that. But there are a few ways that you can, you know, figure out situations like that if you need to. If you've been in a situation and you have some tips or advice for people who may need to like figure out what to do to make up for that difference, let me know down below. I feel like it's always really fun hearing from you guys, especially if you know, are in that situation. Once in a while I'll get questions like, so what do you do now that you're $700 over budget? Well, I mean, lucky for us, we've worked our way to the point where like we can cover that if we needed to. Again, this month our expenses are less than what we made, so that definitely helps. But we've really worked hard to get to that point where, you know, if we do have expenses that are more than what we anticipated, we have money to kind of help offset that. So anyway, that is our July budget results video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and definitely check back and take a look at our August budget I'm going to combine our August budget with our August sinking funds just because of timing this week. I have a lot of videos that need to go up, lots of things to share, and so I'm just going to combine it for this month. And let me know if that's something that you guys want me to do going forward, because I'm more than willing to do that. But definitely check out that video because I'll go through all of our like beginning balances for sinking funds, and there's a lot of things that are going to change in August for sinking funds. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.